Hi everyone, I'm Petek Özürköke. The video is about use of collocations. To start with, I will describe what collocations are. Then I'll talk about the importance of using collocations. Then I will show you some collocation patterns. After this, I'll introduce some online resources. To start with, let's talk about the description of collocation. A collocation is the way in which some words are often used together or a particular combination of words used in this way. As you can understand from the description, these words generally go together. If you ask me why we need to learn collocations, I can explain this question point by point. Collocations are really important because, first, they make your language sound natural. It increases your fluency. Second, your English will be more idiomatic. That is, it will be more similar to the way it is spoken by native speakers. Third, by learning collocations, you can use vocabulary words in a sentence correctly, both in your written tasks and your spoken language. Lastly, mastering collocations is a good indication of general ESL proficiency. It will help you a lot when you take AGE to start your departmental courses. Fluency depends on being able to produce combinations of words automatically. It is important to study English collocations because it will help you understand how to use vocabulary words in a sentence in a correct way. Of course, you understand the meaning of a word by learning it from a dictionary, but in the end, you will still have a problem using the word in a sentence. As it is our native language, every language, including English, has thousands of collocations, as it is the language that we are trying to learn right now. I'll try to teach you the most commonly used ones with the most useful ones. To start using the most common collocations in the right way, we need to start somewhere. And to understand collocations, first we need to be aware of the patterns of them. That's why I will introduce the patterns with some examples. As you can see, there are 6 patterns of collocations. We will have a deeper understanding by introducing them one by one. Let's start with the first one. The first pattern of collocations is made of a verb and a noun, followed by it. It is his 21st birthday, so he decided to throw a party. We don't say give a party, just like we are speaking in Turkish. We say throwing a party. The student raised a question about the topic in class. Raising a question is very common. We also use asking a question, but we don't say doing a question, for example. We need to say raising a question. The second pattern of collocations is made of a verb followed by an adverb. The guests were welcomed warmly when they arrived at the party. We generally say welcomed warmly to describe a very sincere welcome. We don't use hot, for example, for that. She spoke loudly over the phone because the signal was bad. Speaking loudly is correct. That means increasing the volume of your voice. We don't use high for that, for example. To form collocations, we can use an adjective followed by a noun. As it is in the first example, we had a brief chat about our travel plans next week. Or, there was a heavy snow overnight, the roads are blocked. These kind of collocations are made by using an adjective with a noun. I think it is the most common form of collocations. There are thousands of examples for this. If you had a brief chat, that means it lasts short. Heavy snow is used to define a large amount of snow. Another pattern of collocations is made of an adverb and an adjective followed by it. The new laws about internet privacy are pretty worrying, and I'm extremely interested in getting a band 9 in IELTS. Adverbs followed by an adjective collocations are also very common, especially in speaking. While watching the TV series, try to recognize them. You will hear many of them. As it is in the example, in the first example, if something is pretty worrying, it makes you feel unhappy and frightened about it. If you're extremely interested in doing something, like in the example, you are passionate about it or you enjoy it a lot by doing it. You can also learn these noun and noun collocations to improve your fluency in English. I'm sure that you're also familiar to them from the movies, TV series that you're watching or the books that you're reading. They work in the service industry. You need a building permit to build a house. I also want to introduce a very beneficial website to study noun plus noun collocations. In this website, there are more than 200 collocations which are really common. Let's click on the website to see what we can do. In this website, you can see the table of contents showing the lists of noun plus noun combinations with the examples. I will show you one of them. Let's go with letter F. When you click on this one, you can see the list of combinations to start with F. For example, factory farming with the example here, finance company, flexibility instrument, flight deck, foot soldier, freedom fighter. You can see many of the collocations here to study with the examples. I will show you one more thing. In this part, you can see verb plus noun collocations, adjective and preposition collocations that we have talked about, noun prepositions. Let's try one of them. Here, let's see collocations with come, which is commonly used. You can see some flashcards with the pictures, come clean about, come close, come complete with. There are also lists and example sentences here. You can make notes of the ones you want to use later. Let's go back to our slides. As I mentioned before, collocations are words that go together. Can you decide what the correct collocation is to be used with have or take? Here, there are two examples. Then I will introduce a list of commonly confused ones. Let's take a look at this. It's interesting. You're working for 5 hours, have a break, and relax. As you can see, there is a list of collocations used with have or take. Have a drink, have lunch, have fun, have a laugh, have a tough time, take bath, take a look, take a seat, take a nap. There are the most common ones. There are also many online sources to study collocations. The first one is DrillPal. This is a good online resource for studying collocations. The exercises help you remember how they are used in a context, and many of the topics presented which are connected to our course books and our exams, midterms and quizzes. I'll show you how to use it, how to practice with this website. You can also use Cambridge English book if you want a deeper understanding of collocations with exercises. I will show you the online platform, how you can explore it, how you can use the examples before buying the book. So let's start with the first one, and I'll show you how you can benefit from them. I think this website is the best for teaching or learning collocations because there are many different topics here with the pictures. You can choose any of them you're interested in and start learning collocations related to that topic. It will be really helpful in terms of learning collocations in a context. There are also example exercises, pictures. Let me show you one of them as an example. Let's choose computers because in these days we are always in front of our computers. Maybe we can start with that. As you can see, there are common collocations referring to information technology or computers. The thing that you should do is guessing what kind of collocations are used with the examples. To see it, you can click on it. For example, it looks like to go online. Yes. Or to connect to the internet, I think. To send maybe an email. To browse the web. To open the search engine, maybe. You can see how they are used together in the first part, and in the second part there will be a quiz. You should choose the correct option for the given word, like this, browse the web. I think if you get a wrong answer like this, it will warn you. Be connected to the internet. Bingo. Enter a chat room. As you can see, there are a lot of quiz questions. You can also choose the correct collocation in a given sentence. I think this is also fun. There is also a computer quiz. Let's say, what is Google? It's a search engine. By doing this, you will remember many of the collocations that you have learned. Let's go to another topic. Let's try eating and drinking because it is our favorite pastime activity nowadays. There are also flashcards with the picture, as you can see. Let's look at the picture. What do you see in this picture? What kind of food is it? Junk food, maybe? Yes. In the second one, I think we are looking for an adjective here. Nourishing meals. Fresh produce. There is a tip here, organic food. And these are ready meals. You can do it one by one to visualize the collocation, to remember it easily for a later usage. Of course, there will be a quiz to match the words with their collocations. For example, setting a menu or food additives. Additives are the chemicals added to a product. Junk food, we did it with the picture, or ready meals, it is the same. Fresh food. Now you can put them in a sentence. For example, such as artificial flavors and coloring can cause allergies. I think we are talking about food additives right now. In the second one, something unhealthy, but it is quick and easy. I think we are talking about junk food here. Let's do this one too. People who don't have much time to cook often buy maybe ready meals. Yes, from the supermarket. You can also do a lot of exercises to remember. There are also underlined words with suitable collocations. You will choose the best one when you see the word. By doing this, you will never forget what you have learned, and you have a great chance to exercise. Before finishing my online class, I'm going to talk about Cambridge English book, which you can use. As you can see from the website, there is a detailed information about the product, and from the resources part, you can reach the sample content of the book. So before buying it, maybe you can practice by downloading the resources. This was the end of my video. Thanks for watching and thanks for joining my class online. For further information, please visit our website and stay safe.